Hello, I'm Neither98, and today I will be talking about how I created the magic system for Six Forces. Creating a magic system is a well documented process in a way. Just type magic system into YouTube and you will see several videos talking about how to design a magic system. You'll also find music by the music group Magic System, but I digress. Today, I will be talking about how I designed my magic system. The magic system is called cognitive casting, and it is a system that is based on emotions and thoughts. This means any being capable of thought is capable of casting magic, including robots. Even animals, even single-celled organisms can cast. However, anything that isn't capable of at least speech is unlikely to be very powerful. The sentient beings of the universe are the ones most capable of using their abilities. There are a few caveats, however. It is difficult to initiate the ability to cast without a kickstart. This means that casters typically need a catalyst to unlock their abilities. It's not required, as someone had to do it first, but without another caster or the appropriate technology, it is very difficult to become a caster. In the Pale Galaxy, the in-universe name of the Milky Way galaxy, the most common types of casters are twofold: dreamers and nightmares. Dreamers focus and amplify casting through positive emotion, while nightmares use negative emotion. This is not a binary good and bad, however. Dreamers can be evil by gaining joy from hurting others or other emotional gains from doing bad things. Nightmares can be good, however, such as with righteous anger. Also, who is a dreamer or nightmare depends on their perspective. Because a dreamer and a nightmare could be using and channeling the same emotion, but they have a different outview on the emotion itself. And this is because individuals can determine if an emotion is positive or negative for them. To determine if an emotion is positive or negative for you, ask yourself this question: do I like the way this emotion feels? If the answer is yes, it is positive. If the answer is no, it is negative. This means two people wielding one identical emotion can be a dreamer or nightmare, as I said before. Moreover, the reason these powers can be wielded at all is because all thinking beings have a natural connection to a place called the unwaking world. This is a mirror dimension where emotion and thought manifest. This place has a sort of memory, meaning that techniques already developed by a caster are easier to perform than new ones. This also applies to extending a technique, such as amplifying one, which is harder than casting an already existing technique, but is easier than starting from scratch. This leads to schools of casting. These are not schools in the institutional sense where you go to a classroom and learn, but they're like schools of martial arts. Think karate or judo. By the way, a technique is the name of a spell in this form of casting. Casting can do anything, but this is limited by the amount of power needed to cast the spell and the skill of the caster. There is another few limits, such as control and specificity. The less control you have over the outcome of the spell, the stronger it will become. This leads to some casters choosing to randomize their spell effects somewhat to boost the potency of the spell. Specificity declares that the more specific an effect, the more powerful it is. The narrower the use of a technique, the more effective. An example of a spell would be enhancing a punch. To make it more specific, it would be enhancing a punch during the day. To make it more random, it will be enhanced during a random 3-hour period during the day. This would make the punch much stronger than it would otherwise be. Another way to make it more specific is say, I can only use this punch on humans or something like that, or other conditions that limit its usefulness. this leads to dreamers and nightmares are also able to create small constructs and effects as well, such as like objects like a chair or a shield. It's common to like block enemy attacks with just like creating energy barriers. And however, most attacks made by these people, the casters, are also powerful in a similar way to a Nightblade. In fact, the origin of Nightblades is that they are magic. And this means that they can cut through most matter, including power swords, and are typically only matched by a non-caster through a Nightblade. Basically, you need a Nightblade to counter these powers. The last thing is that casters can pour a great deal of magic into something called a totem. When used, and it's like on your person, the totem enhances the power of your magic. They can be anything: a ring, a weapon, a piece of clothing, anything that I guess is like holdable or wearable. It's very unusual for a caster to create two totems, though. Two don't give a greater effect, and the only reason to create a second one would be the first one being destroyed. Typically, casters, if they lose their totem for some reason, like someone stole it from them, they will do everything they can to just get back their original totem. The reason why is because it takes about a month to make a totem, and they can't use magic during this period. All the magic that your body gathers in this time must be poured into the totem for that month. So it's very difficult to make a second totem, and most people don't want to spend an entire month not casting twice or 3 times in their life. However, this is only the broad strokes, and it focuses mostly on the Pale Galaxy. The Fluor Galaxy has more subsets of magic because it is more fantasy focused. I'm making an update on the origins of the Fluor Galaxy eventually, but first I will talk about Earth's timeline post exiting the Zerion Expanse. I'll also talk about how the local supercluster fits into the rest of the universe, and how it escaped the fate of the Dark Forest, while everywhere outside did not, so to speak. But thank you for watching and listening, and if you like this video, please like it, or subscribe if you please, and I'll catch you next time.